Hello everyone, I'm Amir from Adobe class. It's my first video to teaching how to use Adobe apps. Actually, I decided to teaching Photoshop first because it's the most useful app on the Adobe company. So without no more words, let's start. I already opened the Photoshop for saving time. My version of Photoshop is 2018. So when we open the Photoshop, first thing we saw, it's this. Two options here. It's open, creating new, and again creating new. There doesn't matter actually. They're the same. First is open. What's actually open doing? Opening any file we have, any photos we have on computer files. For example, if I'm click on it 2 times or 1 time. If I'm choosing this photo and if I'm clicking on the open, it will be open for me on the Photoshop. Well, let me cancel it and explain about another subject. Option. It's a create new. What creates new actually? Creating new, make a new document for us. If I'm 2 times click on it, then it make a one panel for us. The name is new document. You can see them here. And we have some option here, save it, photos, print, web, mobile, and film and videos. And we have here custom. If I'm click on it, you can see a red borders around this. Well, the right of this, we have some options, lot of options. First, it's a name. Name, it's a very important, guys. For example, we have a 100 document in our Photoshop. We want to find our document we was working on it. So better we use one name. Just don't go with basic name and choose a one name. I'm changing name to Adobe. Now I can see it. And here it's the size of our documents. For example, it's on Full HD, wide and height. Now I can change it to 1080. And it's 1080. In a 1080, it's for Instagram. It's exactly for Instagram, standard size for Instagram. And let me change it to basic, exactly Full HD. And here we have a vertical and horizontal. Vertical, you can see the size, it's changing. If I'm using a horizon, it's changing. It's because like someone standing and using more for phones, like a background. You want to make some background for phones using vertical. It's just example. For example, you can vertical and horizon for both mobile and computers. Doesn't matter, just example. Horizon, it's more using for computers. And you can choose a size for it. And here, it's a pixel. For example, we can choose our size with the pixel in centimeter and millimeter and more. For example, I'm click on the centimeter. And for example, I can change my document size with centimeter this time. For example, 10 centimeters in 9 centimeters. For example, when you want to create a visit card, you should use of a centimeter. It's more comfortable than pixel. They are very useful. So better I'm using basic pixel and Full HD size. And here it's artboard. Please let me explain about artboard in the next part, because artboard has a very big subject, and if I want to talk about it now, it takes very much time and you will be crazy. So better in the next part, because guys, Photoshop I'm starting to teaching, it's from 0 to 100. Everything on the Photoshop, every options, everything I will teaching. Just it take a time, for example, like a 100 parts. So be with me and support me, and please like and subscribe. That's all. Back on the subject, we have a resolution here. It's a 100 resolution here. It's used to be printing work. For example, you want to print one visit card. You should use a 300 dpi. It's calling dpi or resolution. you can use them this number 300. Or if you want to create something for monitors, for laptops, for mobiles, for everything that have some screen, you shouldn't, but it's a standard uses 72 resolution for it. It's the best work you can do. And here we have a pixel and inch. You can choose your resolution with a pixel and inch or pixel with some and centimeter. It doesn't matter whether you're doing work with basic like everyone doing. And here we have a color mode. Color mode, it's a very important type to creating a new document. For example, the two one of them, they are very important: RGB color and CMYK color. RGB color using for monitors, laptop, mobiles, and everything they have a screen. CMYK using for printing works. For example, for again you want to make a fun visit card, you should use of CMYK colors. RGB colors can support any colors in the entire world, but CMYK just support that colors they can be used on the printing. For example, you can't use any color in the printing. Just you should, when you want to make some printing works and work on a printing work, you should activate CMYK color. I will explain about them later very much. Just it's wanna be familiar with them. Here is a background, and if I'm click on this, I have some basic things. I have a white. You can see some things white here. If it is a black, and if I'm click on it, it will be black. My background, it will be black. And background color, if I'm click on it and 2 times click on this, for example, I can choose any background color that I want. For example, pink, red, black, yellow, everything that I want. Please let me cancel it and use of a basic. It's a white, and let me to be silent my laptop. That's great. And here, adjustment opposition options. We have a don't color manage, and I will explain them later on the next part. Please let me time. We have about Adobe Premiere, Illustrator, After Effects. We have all of these. I have to finish Photoshop first, and it's taking I don't know how much times, but please be with me and like and subscribe. So back on the subject, and we choose our size, choose name, replace name, pixel, horizon, type, pixel and inch, 8-bit. About this, it's just better you don't touch it in 8-bit. It's basic, and it's better be on this. If I'm click on the create and waiting, Photoshop will make for us a new document with our information that we used. For example, like a 190/20, that and 180 that we make it. And here it's a very different, and here it's our toolbar, and here it's our option bar. And if I'm click on the file or edit or image, I can see many options. There are many, really there are many. And I will explain about them in the next parts, and we will learn all of them. For example, we have one option is here. It's our documents. And we can see Adobe name, we choose it for it. And now we need another document. What we have to do? We have to click on the file, choose the new, and waiting to make one panel for us. And waiting, still waiting. And here, it's a new document again. If I click on the custom, I can choose a name again. For example, like Adobe 2. For example, like Adobe 2. and everything it's here, they are great and the same. So we create individual, I don't want to attention to is a lot, and here we can say it's Adobe and Adobe 2, and we created 2 documents. So for example, when we create this document, the second document, and it was wrong and we wanted to delete them, we have to click on it and click on the close, and we will delete and close. So let me close this one to back on this screen. And here, for example, we click on the create new and waiting to make for us one panel, and it make it. For example, change this name to Amir, and I write it the numbers, for example 1080, change the size, and everything became gray, and everything change it with our opinion. So we don't want it to every time we coming into Photoshop doing this work, because it's be boring for us. For example, you have a work with Photoshop every day and you want every day write this. It's very boring for us. So better, what we have to do, because if we're going right from a name, we can see something like a driver. It's here exactly. If I click on it, they will save this preset for me. For example, let me click on it, and if I don't want name for me from my document presets is using Amir, and save preset. I'm clicking on save preset, and it's here my recent, and here my save it. If I'm close this panel and again open it, and let computer time to open it, yes, and here I have a save it. I'm clicking on save it, and I can hear Amir preset here, and with everything I want is here, and I can change them, and it's here, and with my 1080, everything I created before, so I can use it now. If I don't want something, it's like a bin here. If I'm click on it, it will be delayed, and I can't see it anymore. So I think it's enough for first class. Really, thank you for watching until now. It was a first class. We have another class, very much class, because Photoshop is very hard for learning and need a practice. Everything you saw in photo, please practice at home, because it needs to you learn it. Because if you don't practice some more videos later, you forget something. So better you practice this. I know maybe they are wasn't so simple, but you need to know them.